Happy birthday and rest in peace, Drew. This is a eulogy to our friend Drew, who died suddenly January 18th at home. It has taken me a while to come to terms with Drew's death, and I have lost my little brother. That was our relationship. Big sister and little brother. I want to clear up some untruths that were put out on YouTube regarding Drew's sudden death. I first met Drew in 2015 on one of Jory's hangouts. Even at that time, Drew was not well and was being treated for cancer. For some reason, he and I became good friends. Maybe it was because we both had undergone treatment at one point or the other for cancer. When Jory gave up his chats and Rosie took over, Drew joined her by sending out the invites to her chats. Drew and I had breakfast together almost every day in private chats, either early in the morning or having other friends joining us in the evenings. In 2017, Drew developed cancer again and underwent treatment with chemo. He was extremely ill during that period and had to give up going to Rosie's hangouts. Toward the end of 2018, he developed cancer in his lungs and spent several weeks undergoing diagnostic testing to find out what type of cancer he had so they could best treat him. Meanwhile, all his close friends were keeping his illness a secret of how sick he really was. And he was really ill. In early January, we went down to Florida on our way to a cruise. We went earlier so we could help him out, doing things around the house, getting things set up the way he was going to need them, and keeping him company. On the day we left, he told me to come out to the lanai and sit with him. And I knew then it wasn't going to be good news. He said the doctor said he had 6 to 10 months to live without any treatment, or he had 12 to 18 months to live with treatment. I asked him what he was going to do, and he said he was going for treatment. I said, Drew, do you know how very, very hard this is going to be? He said, yes, but I want to try. I said, okay. All of us will support you in this endeavor. He said, but don't let anybody tell anybody that I have cancer. And we all agreed to that. He was very weak. And in the 4 days we were there, he went from walking with a cane to having to be in a scooter. And it broke my heart to see how fast he was losing his energy. When we left, I told my husband that before we took our last cruise, we were going to be coming back and spend some more time with him, because I don't think we were going to see him again. And he was more than agreeable to bring me back to spend more time with Drew. Unfortunately, he died 1 week after we left. And when we got into port on Sunday morning, my cell phone blew up with people calling me to let me know that Drew had died. And I was hysterical. It was incorrectly announced that Drew had died of liver and lung cancer. No, he did not have liver cancer. He had brain cancer and lung cancer. Also, rumors were going around that he was an alcoholic. No, he was not an alcoholic. Did he drink? Yes, periodically. But he wasn't any more of an alcoholic than a lot of the other people on YouTube. First off, he didn't have the funds to buy the alcohol. And a lot of times he bought it when he got bad news that he had cancer someplace else, or in this particular case, that he wasn't likely to survive it. I mean, who wouldn't drink? Then the next thing that came up were people saying, well, he's not dead. Nobody told us he was sick. Well, that don't mean anything. He can drop dead of a heart attack. But his cancer is what he died from. And it was his lung cancer. And it hurt me and the rest of his friends to hear people saying, well, I don't believe it. Well, believe it. It is true. And you're only saying that because you want one last bash at him. Shame on you. At this point in time, I would like to invite anybody who would like to leave a last comment or remembrance of Drew to do so below this video. My remembrance is his laugh. He would get so tickled, he would laugh down to his toes, and you couldn't help but laugh with him. And the other thing I remember is that he would give his shirt off his back if you needed it. And he would send things to people even though they had the money to buy it themselves, because he wanted to make sure they had it, and that was the kind of friend he was. I loved you, Drew, and I miss you. And rest in peace, my little brother.